Hello, everyone. My name is Chris Murphy, and thank you for visiting my channel. This channel is all about empowering agents to master their craft and become better leaders. Today's topic, we're going to talk about a little bit about frustration, wanting to quit, and how do you stay in the game so you don't do that. Very important. So, first things up, let's go over some numbers because everybody always loves numbers. We had 208 dials today. I had 11 people pick up. I got one quote out there, but couldn't get to an app and no closes. I had talk time of an hour and 40 minutes. So that would be 140 minutes. Sorry about that. So that would be what we're looking at 60, 120, 2 hours and 10 minutes of talk time. That's what I put in today. Today was a little frustrating day. Got started a little bit later than I would have wanted to. And I got on the phones and I got into things. And I was just getting beat up. I was talking to a lot of frustrating people and type A people and just, older people not being able to really solidify like any reasons why they need insurance or bringing out any emotion for them. They filled out a form. I mean, one of the old ladies was real true with me. She's like, oh, kind of like yesterday. I just fill out stuff, sweetie. But, in some case, there are reasons why these people fill out these forms. And yeah, you're going to have the crazies here and there. But for the most part, there's something under there. Is it a grandkid? Is it their neighbor? Do they feel like it's not enough? In those conversations, what we have to bring that out. Actually wanted to quit today. I was so disgusted. I was like, oh, you know what? Just go. Just stop. You're hurting yourself. You're mentally starting to take yourself down that crazy land of isolate. It's that. But it's not any of that. And I've been working on emotional intelligence, and that's kind of what I regrouped. And I realized the community that I have and the things that I have to be able to push through, and why you're doing this, the bigger picture of just the monotonous work. We have this amazing thing in our Zoom room where we do like everybody sits in there since we're telesales and we can see everybody, and we have certain rooms within the Zoom room. Some of them are training rooms, some of them are live dials, and some of them are quiet dials, and there's always people in there. I just jumped in there because I'm going to see them working, and that's going to make me feel like, okay, there's other people doing it. you know I can't get to my dreams, my vision, if I'm not working and putting in the effort. So by having a support system around you, a community of other people working together on the same vision, is really helpful. We also had something today that was pretty cool. Lasting Mark, the IMO I'm part of, we had a leadership kind of training today for people that want to grow a team or people that have a team. So you can come on and they kind of pour into you. And I'll tell you what, I know why I'm supposed to be here at Lasting Mark. One of the leaders in the executive team, they poured into us. They told us a story. You want to talk about being real? Somebody that's at a high stature in a company that's done a lot, helped a lot of people, to pour into you, to get emotional, to actually like tear up, to be so vulnerable and allow you to come into their world so much. They care that much that they want to help you. It was amazing. I mean, I started to get teary eyed. The story was so impactful. And I'm like, immediately, that was like, I went from, you think your life's bad, to, oh my God, look at this opportunity we have and what we can do and how far we can go. And it's so much bigger than insurance. And that's really what was meaningful for me today. It totally changed my mind. It pumped me up. It literally got me like out of the funk almost instantly, and that's what a community does. And that's what having support, and that's what plugging in. Now, I didn't have to get on that call, but I did, and I needed that call. And the universe, God, you want to call it whatever, it knew I needed that call. And I got on there, and it was great because it put in perspective of really what's the big picture. every day we get into the cussing you out or not being cooperative or nice, and when really you're just trying to come from a place of helping people, and you filled out these forms. So it's not like I'm trying to get you something that you don't even want to talk about, and it gets frustrating. So find support, folks. Find a place where you can be a part of. If some of this stuff we're talking about you like, come on over. We're hiring. Another thing I did when I was feeling like, wanting to quit is I've got pictures of my daughter and my wife. And right now our organization is doing some stuff with Danielle Delgado and, her 4Gs and grit planning and, just looking at some of what I'm grateful for and writing those out. 10 things that I'm grateful for, my short term, my long term goals, talking about my growth. When you actually look at the pictures and when you see the stuff that's meaningful you, it helps push you through. I was talking to somebody today and we were talking about emotional intelligence, and he was telling me, anger is just information. Frustration is just information. What we do and how we act upon it is ourselves. And just like meditation is a practice, something that we can do to practice is when we do feel that anger and we do feel that frustration and any type of emotion, to not immediately act. Take a pause, step back. If you've got a lot of work going on, you might need to compartmentalize that. Just push it away and keep the task, but come back to it. Think about it, actually really feel what that was and look at it, and don't react right away, because if you just react immediately, it goes away and it does nothing, and if you bottle it up, then it explodes. So you got to do something with it. So I did that today. I took a pause, I took a breath, I realized my frustration, I let it out, and then I said it doesn't define me and I'm not going to quit. And then I jumped in the group. I was on the call, and within a little bit of time, I'm right back and plugging away. So I thought this was kind of important to go over today because it really happened to me, and I feel like a lot of people want to quit in this business all the time. I mean, you can talk to high producers that have been doing it for 10 years that do this in their sleep, and they'll still say to this day, I feel like quitting every day. And if you don't feel like quitting, then maybe you're not pushing hard enough, because that's where the growth happens, is when you can push through that uncomfortableness and you can actually get through it and start to grow. Growth happens when you're uncomfortable. So put yourself in uncomfortable positions. When you get frustrated, don't just throw it away and don't blow up. Sit with it. It's information. Push through and grow from it. So those are some of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Thanks so much for visiting my channel. If this is information's helpful for you, please share, subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow for day 3.